Do a little quick woolly bugger here. Let's see. We'll start with strung marabou. Okay, we're going to measure this against the shank of the hook. So about a shank length, doesn't have to be perfect. Tying it on top. We're tying it at the barb here. You can do about 3 or 4 lashings. And then I'm going to carry my thread up the shank just to tie that down, and that's going to build up the body as well. And now we can snip that, get it out of the way, bring it back. Next, we're going to use some crystal flash and pearl. You can use whatever you have, but I'll tie this in on one side, on my side first. I'm going to do about 2-3 wraps, and I'm moving up the shank with this, then fold it over and back, and you'll have some extra here, you can trim it. There we go, great. Next, we're going to use feather. This is Strung Rooster saddles from Wapsie, real easy. We're going to use black today. We're going to tie in at the tip. So I want to spread this down, and I'm actually creating a tie-in point up here. You want to make sure you get the stem. 3 on those, okay. Then we're going to use some woolly bugger chenille. This is olive, has little sparkles in it. You want to separate this from the core briefly. Just use your fingernails. You see that white core? That's your tie-in material. Great. Now we're going to crank up the shank. Don't worry about this stuff. We're going to cover it up. Okay. You want to stop about at the eye. Okay. First thing we're going to wrap is the chenille. This is just touching wraps, one after the other. That's going to build our body up. And see how I'm passing from my right to my left? It makes life a lot easier when you're doing a lot of that. Now we're tying it off. So I'm holding this vertical. I'm going to bring my left hand with the bobbin, right hand for the chenille. I've been doing about 3 there, and I do like to do 1 or 2 or 3 there. That's tied off. Trim it. Great. Onto the feather. Okay. This part, I'm wetting my fingers. I'm going to bring the barbs of the feather back a little bit, just so it stays where I want it to. And if you have to reposition it a few times, that's fine. But these are going to be loose wraps. They're not going to be touching. Space them out if you can. Okay. And I'm still preening those back as I go, slowly as I go. No rush here. Great. And see, this is twisted a little bit on me, but you can still work it how you want it. Great. See how they're pointed going back? That's what we want. After that last wrap, see, I had to reposition. That's okay. I'll hold this vertical again in my right hand, tie off with my left, 2, 3 over the top of the shank, and that's tied in. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 in front just to make sure it's secure. Now be careful not to trim too much. There we go. Great. That's pretty much your woolly bugger. We're going to wrap back on top of our materials a little bit just to create a small head that we can tie it off with. Awesome. Don't be afraid to use a little thread once everything's tied in. And then I'm going to use my whip finish tool. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do 2. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can trim our thread. See this guy? We can just pluck. That's your woolly bugger. Pretty easy, right?